Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we are test riding the new BMW R18, and this would be my first ride impression. And my first impression is pretty huge. It's a pretty massive bike, and turns everybody said, whoever crossed nearby, everybody look at this bike. That kind of attention it grabs. I'm not gonna push it since it is new to me. I will handle it with caution. But then I must say, even though it is heavy, when I ride slowly like this in the bumper to bumper traffic, it doesn't feel, it is well balanced. I can easily handle it. Not much of an issue. Oh my god, that is my first test that I have to make a U-turn. Let's see how I can make it up. I'm not sure whether I can turn within that circle. But seating positions are very comfortable. You sit low, and I said this handlebar is a wider one. So when you make a U-turn, it's a bit hard to reach. Either you have to come a little bit front and then hold it to make a U-turn. Oh my god, everybody is looking at this bike. That kind of attention. Look at that class look. It shines everywhere. All the switches and gears all look premium quality. All the chrome finishes. Oh my. It's completely a different experience, I must say that. It's a classic bike, so you cannot push on a lower gear. It is not the way it has to be ridden. It has to be comfortably cruised. That is what this bike is all about. And it has its own royal feel to it. It's like you're sitting in a sofa. When you ride it like this, when you cruise on this road, it doesn't vibrate at all. It just glides on the road. Okay, it has this torque all over. Even at 5th gear, it cruises without any issues. So even if you accelerate slowly, the engine slowly builds up the power, and then okay, the suspension is slightly stiffer. I believe that is for the riding dynamics. Even at the higher speeds, you will feel stable. So that is good. Sitting position is good. Comfortably sitting. I would say the handlebars are slightly wider, and in other versions of this bike has a little more reachable handlebars. This bike is all about cruising it. It's not about pushing hard or anything. It's it's like driving a car. Pretty stable on the road. You don't wobble or anything. Brakes are good. Feeling confident. Okay, whenever you start the engine or switch it off, the engine makes slight shift over the left. It feels pretty raw for this bike. This is the first time I'm experiencing the Boxster engine. I must say the engine is pretty smooth. Also the exhaust pops a little bit. Everybody nearby are looking at the bike because it is so attractive, and the engine and the exhaust is classic feel. You can see both sides the engines are pushed outside. The build quality, I must say, the first thing which you observe in this bike is the build quality. The quality of finish of the chrome or the paint, whatever it is so good. Since it is a BMW make and they have mentioned it here as Berlin built, so the build quality is so good. Whenever you accelerate, it moves to the left. That feel is different. I've changed the mode to rock. Oh my god, now I feel the torque. Changing the riding mode makes a lot of difference. You can change directions easily. It is not a big effort to change directions. It is very easy to make it. Also, even the bike is heavy, that you feel only when you lift it off from the side stand. Otherwise you won't feel. Once you start moving, you don't feel anything. It feels lightweight when you ride it. And it's a classic retro feel. That is what this bike is all about. You know, in the early morning, you go for a cruise, you just enjoy the road. It's about enjoying the Boxster engine is what this is all about. And it just glides like anything. I love it. You can cruise all day on it. Initially I was a little bit worried about how I will handle it, but once I start moving it, it is pretty charm. I'm not sure whether you are able to hear the exhaust. It is so seductive. Can you hear it? You can ride all day on this. Since the suspension is a bit stiffened, you can feel the bad roads. You know, when you are at triple digit speeds, when you have the bump on the road, that you will get slightly tossed off. But nothing like you will lose the control and it is planted like anything. For example, like this. See, that is what. So you need to ride it like a cruiser, not like a dirt bike. Whenever you accelerate, that pull, that feel is so good. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, brakes are confident. I'm in 4th gear, I don't want to shift down. It just pulls it from there itself. You don't have to change the gears all the time. This bike is not about the price, it's not about the specification seat, it's not about the engine CZ or anything. This is all about enjoying the ride. You know, you just sit on it, turn it on and just enjoy the ride. Let me park it here. I'll show you a walk around. It looks so good. It's pretty low on the road, bit longer. It has a dual exhaust, chrome finish everywhere, Boxster engine, the signature of this bike, LED headlights, dual disc brakes. It's a single seat unit. It looks so good. Hope you can hear the exhaust. It is a shaft driven, so no worries about maintenance. It looks so gorgeous. You can look all day. It looks that good. So this bike has a reverse gear. This is what it does. If you lift it up, you have to put it into neutral. You have to lift it up and then press the power button. That is how it moves back, and it runs on a separate motor, not from this engine. When you engage reverse, it has to be in the neutral. And they said it is around 22 or 26 liter tank. I'm not sure, I have to see. Let's move on. Only when you lifted it from the stand it feels heavy. Let's move. That's the torque. Can you hear the exhaust? Every time you push, it puts a big smile on your face. It is a torquey engine. And about the looks, it looks, if you want me to rate it, it is 10 out of 10. It looks so good. There is none of them who hates a cruiser bike. Everybody loves it. Even I love the looks and the engine character. That adds a lot into it. It handles like anything. I never expected that from this bike. I thought it would feel like a massive mammoth bear. I cannot control it. But this is not at all like that. It's just the initial period you have the difficulty. Then it's in hand. The clutch feels light, I would say. It is not heavy. You can handle it easily in the bumper to bumper traffic. And since it has a low end torque, you don't have to hold the clutch a lot. Okay, coming to the riding modes, it has 3 riding modes: rain, road and rock, wherein rock has the highest power, rain has the highest traction control, and you can switch off the traction control, not the ABS. About the vibration, I would say if you ride it like a cruiser, higher gear at low end torque, slowly pushing the accelerator, if you ride it like that, you feel nothing. So refined. The brakes are very good, and only when you stress it like in the first gear higher RPM, second gear higher RPM, like a sports bike, which this bike is not meant for. Oh, that is an AMG. So this bike is not about that. This is a slow cruiser, and then you will love it. Only when you ride it on the city limits or bumper to bumper traffic, you feel hot air coming through this. So other than that, when you are on move, you don't feel anything. And features depends upon the variant you choose. You'll get a lot of features like reverse gear and whatnot. A lot is there. There is another one with black finish, the engine pulling to the left and giving you that feel that shows that you are into a big machine.